is something that we humans seem to fear more than death and public speaking? Failure. But you know what, my friends? Failure, oh, I might have Halloween candy in my face. Failure is what we build success from. We fail and we learn and we fail and we learn and we fail and we learn. And when we praise absolutely everything that a child does, when we give everybody the prize and nobody loses, while in some instances it's equitable and fair, other times that's not teaching us what we need to learn. We need to learn how to fail well. And that is something that can be really hard for some people. Some of us, okay, we failed a lot, we got used to it. Other people haven't had a whole lot of failure, and so when they do, it's a farther fall down the pit. So there are 3 things that I want to share with you today about failure and how to learn to fail well and with class. And those 3 things are name it, claim it, and separate it. And I'm going to explain each one of those things. So the very first thing that you need to do is name that you failed. It's admitting it. It is accepting it, that you have made a mistake, that you have not succeeded, that something you thought was going to work didn't work, whatever the case may be. Name the failure. Claim it. This comes back to accountability. And I know I've talked about accountability a few times on this channel, but accountability is when you say, yes, it was me, I did it, or it was because I did X, Y, Z, or I didn't do Z if you're in the US, X, Y, Z if you're in Canada. Did I do that? Did I not do that? Why? If it was something that I did or didn't do, then claim it, accept it, take responsibility for it. You will be more respected if you do that, and you'll actually learn. You'll learn from the mistake. Now, I have failed numerous times, and most people who are successful in various realms of their lives have failed multiple times. And that's okay, because that's how we grow, that's how we learn, that's how we eventually succeed. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to do that. That's why sports are so good for kids, to learn that teamwork, to learn the winning and the losing, to learn how to lose graciously, right? And it's a learning process, and I think that's why games and sports are really good for people growing up, to learn those lessons, so that you are able to say, yeah, well, maybe we'll try again next time, right? All right, the third one is to separate it from your value as a human being. You have made a mistake, something has happened, it didn't go well. It doesn't mean that you are a hideous, horrible, awful human being as a result. So it is not about your self-worth. It is a thing that happened, a thing that you did, a mistake that you made, and that doesn't mean that you're any less of value as a human being. So that is something that is really hard, especially if you're somebody who likes to beat yourself up a lot. There are people who are in that realm of type A personality, perfectionism, not pointing any fingers at anybody, and it is really difficult to separate the fact that I did a crappy job at whatever it was, and the idea that therefore I must be a crappy human, right? And so that's a difficult thing to separate, but it's really important to be able to do that so that you can look at the thing objectively and say, well, next time I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that. I won't use the letters again. and then make a plan for the next time. It's getting back on the horse after you've fallen off. It's getting back on the bicycle after you've fallen off. It's trying again after the book didn't succeed. It's whatever it happens to be, right? Fill in the blank. You can fill in the blank, I'm sure. I can fill in the blank multiple times. And so what is it that I can do better the next time? In the realm of YouTube, one of the teachers that I have says, get 1% better with every upload. So it's that thought of what can I do even just a tiny bit better the next time that will help it to go well, right? The post-assessment thing is a really good idea if you have a chance to do that with your team, with yourself, with whoever you're working with on whatever topic it happens to be, is to sit down and say, so objectively, emotions aside, disappointment aside, what could I do better next time to make this a more successful event? Oh my goodness. There is a storm outside right now and things are rattling and shaking, and I don't know if you can hear that, but I hope the power stays on. Anyhow, that would be an interesting fail, wouldn't it? I'd have to start again. So a post-assessment is a good idea to see if you can make a better plan for the next time that you try this thing, or decide, you know what, we're not going to try that again. We're going to do something else. So there you have it. So name it, claim it, and separate it from the value of who you are as a human being. Because, my friends, you are awesome. And if you want to look at a video on how to be confident and especially get rid of the nerves before you go into an interview situation or a meeting or something where you have to perform, like I said before, people are terrified of public speaking, then take a look at this next video. Or maybe it's on this side, or maybe it's on this side. Just take a look at the next video.